A very good evening, everyone. Myself, Sheikh Mahabjan, studying second BTech CSC in Vishnu Institute of Technology. Today, I'm here to explain about several topics, and the first topic is objects. An object is a data structure used to store collection of data in form of key value pairs, and an object can contain a mix of primitive data types like strings, numbers, booleans, and other objects, and as well as functions. And also objects provide a way to organize and structure data effectively. So we will discuss about how to create an object and access and manipulate objects with examples. So first one is creating an object. We can create an object in two ways. The first one is object literal syntax, and here is the code and this is the output. And the second method is using new object syntax, and this is the code and output. And second one is accessing object properties. We can access an object property using dot notation or bracket notation. And the first one, dot notation, for console.log in person.first name, it gives us John using dot notation. This is the output. And second one is bracket notation. For this code, by using brackets like this, here the output will be John. And third one is manipulating object properties. In manipulating object properties, we can add, modify, or delete properties in an object. So adding or modifying properties. Here person.email is equal to john.doe@example.com. This is an adding and property. For person.age is equal to 31. This is modifying an property which already exists. This will be the output for this. For delete person.email, it means deleting the property which already exists. So after deleting, the output will be undefined. It means the email property is deleted. And the next topic is methods in objects. Objects can also have functions as properties known as methods. So adding methods, first one, adding methods. So here we can add the method. It means the this full name concatenates this first name and last name and gives the output as John Doe. Here the first name is John and the last name is Doe, and this full name method concatenates this both first name and second name. So next topic is nested objects. A nested objects in JavaScript is an object that contains other objects as its properties. It means it allows us to represent hierarchical or complex data structures in more organized, meaningful way. This is the example. For this code, in the above example, the person object has property called name and age. The address property is nested object containing street, city, and zip. So next topic is functions in JavaScript. A function in JavaScript are blocks of reusable codes designed to perform specific tasks. They can accept inputs, perform operations, and return outputs. Functions are essential in JavaScript for structuring code, avoiding repetition, and organizing logic. So to know why functions are important. Functions are important for the reusability, modularity, and organization. It means they allow you to write code once and reuse it multiple times. And functions help break down complex tasks into smaller, more manageable parts. And functions make your code more and more organized and easier to maintain. So here we are demonstrating the different ways to declare functions. There are multiple ways to declare functions in JavaScript. For function declaration, function expression, and arrow function. Next topic is the concept of this in JavaScript. This keyword in JavaScript refers to the context in which the function is called. It behaves this keyword behaves differently depending on how the function is invoked. In regular functions, when you call a regular function, the value of this refers to global object, unless the function is used as a method of an object. In this example code, if it's called globally, not as a part of an object, this refers to the global object. In methods, when a function is used as a method within an object, this refers to object the method is called on. And here is the example code. Here person dot full name. In arrow functions do not have their own this. They inherit this from the surrounding scope, meaning this refers to where the arrow function is defined, not where it is called. In this code, this does not refer to the person object. It inherits this from the surrounding context, which might not have first name and last name, hence the undefined values. So next topic is about difference between var, char and var, let and constant. And discussing scoping rules and hosting behaviors of this. So first one is var. Var is used to declare variables in JavaScript. It has some unique behaviors, especially when it comes to scope and hosting. So first, scoping with var. Function scope. Variables are declared with var or function scoped, meaning they are available with the function where they are declared. If declared outside of a function, they are called globally scoped. No block level scope. Var does not create a block level scope. Example, inside loops or conditions. So example for scoping with var. And next one is hosting with var. Variables are declared with var or hoisted to top of their scope and initialized with undefined. And this is an example for hosting with char. And second one is let. Let was introduced to overcome the limitations of var. It is used to declare variables that need block level scope. Scoping with let. Block scope. Variables declared with let or block scoped, meaning they are confined to the block. Example 1. Scoping with let. This is the example code for scoping with let. And here for this statement, the output will be 20, and for this console.log y, it throws an error where y is not defined. And hosting with let. Variables declared with let are also hosted, but they are not initialized. They remain in temporal dead zone until they are assigned a value. So this is an example for hosting with let. And the third one is cons. Cons is also introduced in ES6 and is used to declare variables that cannot be reassigned after initialization. Like let constant has a block level scope. Scoping with const. Like let variables declared with const are block scoped. This is an example. And hosting, variables declared with the constant are also hosted but remain in the temporal dead zone until they are assigned a value similar to let. The next topic is about JavaScript modules. In JavaScript, modules allow you to break up your code into separate files, which can then be imported and exported between different parts of your application. This modular approach helps you write cleaner and more maintainable and reusable code. Modules are essential in modern JavaScript, especially for large applications. So So the importance of JavaScript modules are code organization, reusability, maintaining, and avoiding global namespace pollution. And here comes using of ES6 modules, import and export. Exporting from a module. To expose functions, variables, or classes from a module, we use export keyword. And here is the example. In the above example, we used named exports to add a named exports to add and subtract functions. We use default export for the multiple functions, meaning it is the default export from this module. For second one is importing from a module. To use functions of variables from another module, you need to import them using the import keyword. And example of importing is this. Here is the code. In the above code, we used named imports to bring in the add and subtract functions. We use default import to bring the multiply functions. Thank you.